Storm clouds off in the distance. We just had a thunderstorm warning just southwest of us and a tornado warning just northwest of us. And how ominous and fitting, because that's just what happened to me in the poker room. It is funny, this is the first time I even noticed that there's a stairwell here, but I had to get out of the wind and I was walking around. First hand, this was real early, this was in the first 20 minutes. There was a straddle, I think just 6. One or two guys called. I had 8s. I made it 20. 20 is actually funny around here. In Vegas, it's like for value. Here, it's defensive. Because if you just limp the 6, someone's gonna make it like 50. So if you wanna see the flop, you have to put in a raise to deter a big 3-bet. So I made it 20. 3 or 4 people called the 20, and then one of the early limpers went all in. He didn't have it. This wasn't a plan. He doesn't know what to do, so he goes all in. I went all in for a buy-in, thinking if no one even considered a re-raise of my 20. So whatever hands they have, even if they happen to have me in bad shape or flipping 9s, ace-10, something like that, they didn't even consider a re-raise, so I don't think they could call all in for a buy-in. Well, the first guy who called the 20 calls, and the 3 of us get all in. He had 10s, didn't even think about re-raising, but got all in for a buy-in with his 10s, which was funny because ace-queen missed, which would have been one of the rare times in my life I won an all-in pre-flip, but the 10s had it. Ace-queen, the guy who went all in for 100. He limped, and then after all the other guys put in 20, he had ace-queen. So ace-queen bricked, but I lost to the 10s. So down a buy-in, really just wanted to go up against what that guy had. Didn't know it was ace-queen exactly, figured something similar with like $60, $80 in dead money in there. Didn't get what I wanted, down a buy-in. Later, there were a lot of small hands in between. I did get about 3.5 hours in, but guy came to the table, I raised, he re-raised, he's definitely willing to get all in. I think I made it 15, he made it 35. I made it 115, I know he's shoving, which he did. I had kings, he had ace-jack, he rivered an ace, so that was a $400 pot going the other way. And then right at the end, this was the last hand, very similar to the first hand actually. I raised with ace-jack. There were, what, 3 calls, and then that ace-jack guy from the other hand, where I had kings, he had ace-jack, same guy, he makes it like 75. I think I raised 25, now he makes it 75. Ace-jack is pretty weak to get all in pre, but against this guy, if you don't, it's like you're basically walking down the sidewalk and there's a brick of gold on the floor and you don't pick it up. So I want to get all in with him. And same thing as the first hand. I think if no one's even considering 3-betting my 25, how could they call all in for a buy-in? I don't want to go, if I had a bigger hand, it would be different. I might want a 3rd person in. I don't with ace-jack offsuit. So I go all in, 2 calls behind me. The first caller had 10s. Again, another guy didn't think about re-raising my 25 with 10s, but he's willing to get all in for a buy-in. The guy behind him had 10-8. The re-raiser had king-queen. I was actually in not that bad of a spot with the ace-jack against king-queen, 10-8, and 10s. 10s can't really improve. The other guy has 10-8. I need a pair. Of course, didn't come close to hitting a pair or a draw or anything. Everything I was eligible for would have been about 1,050 that hand, but nope. Lost everything, and a lot of hands in the middle where similar things happened. Not catastrophic, but like really bad runouts. I had ace-jack versus ace-9 on an ace-high board. Guy rivered a 9. I would have taken about $100 or $150 off of him if he didn't river the 9. So a lot of terrible things happened in 3.5 hours. Lost 900. My previous worst day ever was 880. So I have a new record. Worst day ever, minus 900. The thing that's annoying me the most is that I won't get a lot of hours in. Now it's like 6:30 in Council Bluffs, and I'm in a stairwell, and I'm not playing anymore today, and probably not even tomorrow. Tomorrow is my vacation, my 3 days off, even though I'll still have the Airbnb room, I'm going into the hotel at Harrah's, and I'm not gonna play for 3 days. So, gotta figure out something to do in Council Bluffs with thunderstorm and tornado warnings for like the next 6 hours before I go to sleep. And there it is, just wanted to film while everything was fresh, and had to go into this stairwell in the parking garage to get out of the wind while all the bugs and spiders are nearby on the walls and on the floor. But yeah, there you go. People want hand histories. There's some hand histories. And I'm not mad at my play at all. It's funny because in Vegas, actually, that's not like a move I have, because there's so many people who just never re-raise or re-raise literally just aces. So when you get those calls pre-flop, if you were in that situation where you want to shove to make sure you get heads up, get some dead money in the pot, the people you want to fold out can like easily have like kings and queens all over the place. Actually, the fact that they call your raise is often so strong. I'm like constantly worried about that, and that's not a move I have out in Vegas. So here I was actually happy that I was willing to do something I don't normally do, that I don't have a lot of experience in, but against this player pool in that moment, it was a move that I thought made a lot of sense. The first one, I had to put in an additional about $80 to be eligible for a pot of about $260 if all those guys in between folded, which is what I was trying to accomplish. So that's a great spot. The last one was similar. I was looking to put in an additional 100 and then be eligible for a pot of about 325 and get heads up if all those guys in the middle folded. So, I mean, if you look at it from the math perspective, it's a great move. And even though it's something I don't have a ton of experience doing, and it's just not really smart to do in Vegas, where most of my play has been in the past year, you know, I thought on the fly, it made sense. I executed it. Not happy that it didn't work out perfectly. Not happy about the runouts. Not happy about losing 900, but I don't have a problem with playing those hands the way I played them. Of course, getting all in pre with kings, great decision. Wasn't much to that one. So I'm not mad about the hands. I am frustrated. I would prefer not to lose 900. My life isn't going to be a catastrophe or anything, but I would still not prefer to lose 900. And I actually can't stand when people say, oh, you should be 100% numb to it, win, lose, whatever. I cannot stand that in the least. I really like the fact that when I lose, I take it this hard, and I analyze my play even more, and I try to make things like this not happen. The day I lose 900 and don't care in the least about it, I don't know why I would still be playing that day. So, mad about it right now, about the results, about how it all played out this trial. I would still do those things if they came up tomorrow and the next day. Do them out here at least, you know, not at Bellagio or anything. But yeah, just all a fresh perspective, and felt like I was kind of depressed and mad when I was in the stairwell. So just wanted to say I would prefer to have the 900 back, but I am fine with the way I played everything, and it happens. Not so much to me, but days like this happen. So that's it for now. Tomorrow, my vacation starts.